'Cause it's always once upon a time in New York City. It's a big old battle, tough old town, it's true. I got an Oliver and Company Fantasy Pinhole Plus, my first custom pin board. So hurry back. Just an 80s boy and a 90s teen, going on all things Disney, from mouse to parks and in between. Come share the magic with me. La 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 la. Live your life to a Disney tune. Come and share Jake's Disney Afternoon. Hey Disney Afternoon gang, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jake. If you're returning here, thanks for coming back, and if you're new, I do all kinds of Disney content including subscription boxes, swaps, vintage, trips, hauls, pins, trivia. If it's Disney, we're doing it, so you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next Disney Afternoon. You know, I've been on this like fantasy pin kick for a while, and I've got a box full of them right here. I cannot wait to get in, but most exciting, I have my first custom pin board that I'm dying to show you. I've been waiting for this order to come in to kind of finalize. Most of my Oliver and Company pins are there. We're going to transfer them to our new board, plus add the new pins, and then I'm going to show you what it all looks like together. But first, let's look at the pins. All right, so one of these, I think it's this one, yeah. One of these is actually not fantasy, but it is Oliver and Company, so I figured I had to throw it in with this lot. It's been sitting around for a bit, wanted to get it up on the board. This is from the Magical Musical Moment series, and it's called Perfect Isn't Easy, which is strange because that's the song that Georgette sings, the Bette Midler character, and pictured on this pin are Oliver and Dodger. And I don't know why that wasn't like the song. Okay, let me get this on the board. It's got two pin backs for such a small little pin. Here's the card. I have a few of these from this series. I don't know how many there are. This is numbers listed on the back is 25 through 32. So I'm not 100% sure. Let me grab my pin board. But this is like has a little swinging element to it, which is really kind of cute. So there it is. Can kind of see, and it swings, and we've got Perfect Isn't Easy. We've got Oliver and Dodger on the piano. Didn't have it, added it to my collection. All right, now the fantasy pins. So I got a bunch from a seller who was, you know what, they had some goal they were trying to reach, but they were selling fantasy pins. They had more than I bought, but you know, tried to be good. All right, but this is not from them. This is the other outlier, but it is a fantasy pin. It's like a cutie style, which is not usually my cup of tea, but it was a really good price. And Oliver and Company seems to be, I'm on a kick lately. But it is a cute pin. It's a nice size pin too. So there's Oliver. There they are, Oliver and Dodger. Super cute. Almost as like you know, the Muppet Babies version of Oliver and Dodger. Okay, I've done a lot of fantasy pin damage, and lots are coming in the mail, so I think I'm hooked. You know what I love? The fantasy pins are just, they're better. They're bigger. They're the right characters and designs. Disney tries to scheme the system by predicting what's cool, and it never is. So this is like a profile style pin. It's got the lyrics, and I don't know the seller on these. I probably should have asked. I'm not sure where she originally picked these up, but this is Dodger. It's got lyrics from Why Should I Worry? Look at that giant pin on red. So good. I love the little tail sticking up. Dodger's one of my favorite characters for sure from the film. Him, Georgette. I mean, I really do love them all. All right, here's another fantasy pin. This is a pin-on-pin. It kind of has like a graphic art style to it, which I really kind of like. And it's Oliver, a little bit in the sort of profile style, but you've got some New York City there in the background. Look how good that one is. And you can see that Oliver is the raised pin. It's the pin on pin there. Super cool. If anybody knows who sold these, I'd be curious to find the artist or the seller and see what else that they are manufacturing. I buy a lot of my fantasy pins from Flights of Fantasy Pins. Sandy her pins are out of this world. They're not cheap, but they're very fairly priced for the size of the pin and the quality of the design. But just a warning. Okay, this looks like, oh wait, what does this say? Speaking of Flights of Fantasy pins, this is from them. I didn't know. I wonder if this other one is. Hold on, let me check. I didn't look at the back. Limited edition of 35. I can't quite read what that says on the back, but I don't think it's from them. But this one is, and this one is a character you don't see a lot of. It's a pin on pin. It's got the city again in the background, but it's Rita featured with Oliver, and look at how big this pin is. Glorious. Oh, you can see the pin on pin action there. So good. I cannot wait to get these up on the board. These are going to look so good. Now let's see, who else do I have here? I think I tried to get a little bit of, well, not every character, but so here's another one. This is from, so this I think is the same series as the Dodgers one. I don't know who that is. It's limited edition of, is this a 25? Yeah, 25. I don't know who that MG or MS, I'm not sure who that is, but this is Georgette, and kind of, maybe it's not the same. Hold on, let me look. I should have done my research, sorry. Oh, it is the same. So this is the Dodger one. The reason I was gonna think it wasn't the same is it's a different art style, even though it has like the lyrics in the background like the Dodger one, but here's Georgette in kind of a more like cartoony cutie style. But I just loved her. She looks great. Again, another good sized pin. Look at those pins. Okay, I think this is the last one. Hold on. Oh, I got two more. Two more. All right. This is, let's see if there's a seller. There's just a paw print on the back. And it's a sandblasted. So I'm not sure who the seller is on that one. But this is Dodger and Oliver in kind of a, I don't know what the word, there's like a grown-upness to them in a strange sort of way. Can you see them there? Yeah. Another good pin, but really, really like that one. Yeah, I don't know who that is. If you know, let me know. I'm still blown away by the artwork. I'm telling you, Sandy over at Flights of Fantasy Pins, the artwork is top notch. I've got some Rescuers Down Under pins coming in from her, and some Dumbo. I forget what else, but the designs are great. I'll leave her linked down below since we at least know it's her. And then lastly, I don't even know if I can fit it on this board because I'm so overwhelmed. All right, I'm gonna have to do it a little bit sideways, but that's okay. I've got Tito with some music notes. He's kind of chomping down there. I sort of put him sideways just so he could fit. I don't know who, let's see if there's an artist on this one. Does it say Flights Fantasy Pins, Music to My Ears? Oh, I wonder if this is from the same, didn't this one say Music to My Ears, the Rita one? Oh, Unlikely Kisses. Okay, well, there you have it. So, minus the one, that is my fantasy pin collection. Just look how much space they take up on the board. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to show you the pin board, and then I'm going to pause, and I'm going to get everything from this board, and I'm going to arrange it on the new board, and then I'm going to give you a tour of the Oliver and Company pins. But if you remember a few weeks ago, I got these boards at Five Below. They're 2 for $5, so they're $2.50. These are 16 by 20, which I'm hoping is big enough because I've got a lot of Oliver and Company pins. But what I do like is the frame on these is small, so you're only losing just this little border around it in terms of being able to put the pin back through. And if you're smart, and you can get the pin back to go through the corner, but have the pin overlap into this space. It won't quite look like you have a border. So you have to do a little bit of pre-planning as you're organizing your board. So this is how the board started. And this is how it ended. So I was looking for ideas in one of my last videos, and I've been sort of doing some research. I wanted something stylistic and reminiscent of the film, but I didn't want something that was gonna detract from the pins or be a lot of noise in the background, because the pins are the things that you want to stand out, right? If you saw on Instagram, this blue was originally more like a, I don't know if I have a blue, it was a more like a royal-y kind of blue, and I didn't love it. Partly because some of the pins that I have are more in this color palette, this sort of teal-y, lighter color, softer colors. Also, I was afraid that with that very dark blue that the pins would kind of like just get muddled into the background a little bit and not pop as much, because some of them have also, they've got lighter backgrounds and darker features, and I didn't want them to get lost. So I repainted part of it to this kind of more slightly teal-y color, which I'm very happy with. We've got the cab stripe down the middle, and then I'm gonna layer everything on top of this. So that's one thought. I'm still trying to brainstorm. I've got another board and a couple small boards, how I'm gonna design those. I want to do one for my Peter Pan collection and maybe a couple of others. Maybe the Alice in Wonderland collection. I know some people told me they do just a color, or like I was thinking of doing some color blocks, like maybe in quadrants or in thirds or something like that, that are like reminiscent of the movie. Not sure. Maybe it might depend on the movie. Like my Bambi collection, I was thinking of doing like a watercolor, so it felt a little more artsy like the film, and the watercolor would be softer, I think, than the bold acrylics. But anyway, that's my new board. I am super excited to put all of my pins on it and then to finally hang it up on the wall. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we're gonna come back, take a little tour of my Oliver & Company collection. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that collection. I just love seeing all of those pins all put together, kind of with the background. Really happy with the results. Tell me down below, are you collecting fantasy pins? Do you have fantasy designers and pin sellers that you really like? Drop them in the comments and let me know, because I'd love to check them out. I'm always looking to support new artists doing really awesome work. Also, if you've customized a pin board, tell me, what's your inspiration? What mediums do you use? Do you use acrylic paints? Do you just do a solid color? Yeah, I'm just looking for some ideas. So drop those down in the comments too. Make sure to like this video. If you're new, hit subscribe. And hello, Future Jake here. I thought this would be the perfect video to do the drawing for the Oliver & Company Fantasy Little Golden Book pin that I had on my video a few weeks ago. Thank you to all who entered. Since this is our Oliver & Company themed vid, I thought, let's give it away. So, got my prize wheel here, and I'm gonna shuffle the names. So we got 1 shuffle, 2 shuffle, 3, did we do 3? Oh, 4 for good luck, and clicky, clicky, click. See who is gonna get this super awesome pin. These little golden pins are just absolutely amazing. This is going to Seth Lavender. Congratulations, Seth. Reach out to me on IG and claim your pin. All right, back to wherever we were in the lineup. And I hope to see you soon on the next Disney Afternoon.